State ascoltando RadioCaosItaly.com, la radio in vetrina.
Hello. Good afternoon from Rome, from me, Francesca Romana, and with me, as usual, the fantastic Gigi. Good afternoon from Rome, from Radio Chaos Italy, from where we are broadcasting here live every Thursday from 4 to 5 o'clock p.m. And good morning up there in Canada from Blues and Roots Radio, from where we are broadcasting to live every Thursday at 10 a.m. and in repeat on Tuesday at noon and 6 o'clock Italian time or 5 o'clock UK time. Anyway, so hope you had a wonderful week, or if not so wonderful, at least good, because in these times, I mean, if it's okay, it's far enough. Okay, so some news from this week. You can listen again this show, Acoustic Roots Rome, also on the page of the Sound Cafe dedicated to the various shows podcast. I'm very happy that my show was chosen to be part of this page as well. So until things will be easier here because of all these restrictions, again a bit of lockdown here and there, so I'm not really having guest musicians here. We are broadcasting still with some restrictions again and with these masks on for the health safety. But what I'm doing in this show is promoting mainly the new releases from the people who are still producing new music in these difficult times. Let's say that these times are really tough, particularly for art and music and all the creative and entertainment industry. So again, despite these tough times, there are people that are still creating and producing new music. So this week I want to start with an artist promoted by Graham Steele. Hi Graham, hope you're doing okay in UK. Graham promotes lots of good music from UK and all over, and organizes lots of live events. And I can imagine, again, the difficulties he's experimenting in these times of closures and various lockdown, because I know that UK or France or Spain, etc., are experimenting these restrictions as well. So anyway, Graham wrote me about a new single from an artist he promotes. His name is Paul Alexander Lowe, called this single Heart of Stone, from his debut EP called Hell Yeah. Paul started the songwriting career quite late, let's say in the late 40s, due to a different jobs career and various, let's say, life events. But I pretty liked his presentation, and I want to read from this presentation. When he says, music is something I do because I love it, not because I want it to feed me. I don't write songs with a deliberate commercial appeal in my mind. I write for myself openly and honestly because it's my key form of expression. So I really appreciate his honesty, and in fact, and the fact, let's say, that he keeps the making of music separate from his making of a living, and somehow in this way the music remains pure. Let's say I want to present Paul Alexander with this new song that is called Heart of Stone.
Pierce through my armor, pierce through my heart, taken from safe harbor to stormy seas from the start. No more to wonder, no to find out the meaning of love and heartbreak. So help me lay my burden down, help me to let go, for I could never love again with a heart that's made of stone. Yeah. Pierce through my armor, pierce through my heart, left floating like driftwood on an ocean tide we part. No more to wonder, no more to wait, to find out the meaning of love and heartbreak. So help me lay my burden down, help me to let go, for I could never love again with a heart that's made of stone. So help me lay my burden down, help me to let go, for I could never love again with a heart that's made of. Help me lay my burden down, help me to let go, for I could never love again with a heart that's made of stone. That's made of stone. That's made of stone. Oh, wow, I know. That's made of stone.
Paul Alexander with his new release, Heart of Stone, promoted by the Graham Steel Company from UK. And let's go on now. I want to go on with an artist I introduced last month. Her name is Donna Mary, and I just received a new single from her. Then she released together with another artist called Patrick Jordan, a guitarist, composer, and singer. The song is called Broken Hearted, and let's say it's a country blues rock duet. So they formed this mixture of styles, duet. It is also, this song, let's say, an example of an online collaboration, because at first Patrick put a post out on Instagram for a female, looking for a female backing vocals on his new single. And the natural progression was then that they worked on a full song together. So let's say that this song is a bit different from my usual standards, so a bit more rocky, but whatever. Let's rock on. So Donna Mary and Patrick Jordan with their Broken Hearted.
For the broken hearted, I pour a drink just to get things started. You move closer in an easy motion. I stopped thinking, fell into the ocean of you. But what else can I do? Just let it all surround me. Do what feels good to do.
Whisper something to the broken hearted. The night is young and the pace is steady. The music's on and I'm feeling ready. You move closer in easy motion. I stopped breathing, fell into the ocean of you. But what else can I do? They're all surround me. Do what feels good to do. You whisper something for the broken hearted.
You move closer in an easy motion.
I stop breathing, fell into the ocean of you. But what else could I do? But let it all surround me. Do what feels good to do. I fell in love with a broken hearted. Do what feels good to do. I fell in love with a broken hearted.
Yeah, Broken Hearted, Rock On, Donna Mary and Patrick Jordan. And now going on with something more folky, because acoustic roots needs to go back to something quiet and folky time to time. And I chose a song from the duo Peach and Quiet, and their upcoming debut album called Just Beyond the Shine. Peach and Quiet is a singer-songwriter duo. They are partner in music and in life, and they have a warm and uplifting, let's say, style. They are from the Pender Island, just off Canada's west coast. And I chose a very sweet song from this upcoming album called For My Love. So sit down, take a glass, and enjoy a bit of calm, sweet, folky style. Peach and Quiet.
I'll sit with the pain till the sun shines again for my love, for my love, for my love. Trembling heart, lying in the street. You know I'd do anything for my love, for my love, for my love. For my love, I'm willing to buy words on the wind and the hands of time, hiding in the shadows down along the shore. I keep on coming back to where I was before. For my love, for my love, for my love. Underneath the surface, just beyond the shine, I send everything I have to the other side.
the lovely song, very sweet, from this duo from Canada, Pitch and Quiet. And I go on with something still folk. It's a new project sent over by Aidan Burke, an amazing fiddle player and multi-instrumentalist from Ireland. We got the pleasure to meet up in various occasions, once at the Celtic Connections in Glasgow, where he was performing with his fantastic band Comas. Again, I met them at the Ennis Traditional Festival in Ireland, a very lovely festival. If you love traditional Irish music, you should go there once. I don't know if this year they did it. I don't think so, because of all these restrictions. So they shut down a lot of festivals and events. Anyway, next year, hopefully, all at Ennis Traditional Festival. And finally, I met him in London, where he was working and mainly organizing events and traditional Irish sessions at the Hammersmith Irish Centre in London. And I have to say, Aidan is always a very kind person, beyond being an exceptional fiddle player. This CD he sent me over is a folk project with mainly original songs by Charlie Foskett. And it's called From the Foskett Band. The Foskett Band features Charlie Foskett on acoustic guitars and vocals, Aidan Burke himself on fiddle and bodhrán, Stuart Milner on bass, Toby Shire on flutes and whistles and harmonium, and Clive Bunker on drums, and finally Davide Giovannini on percussion and drums, plus lots of additional guests. Really a lot of musicians played in this album, so I really recommend to listen to these lovely songs. And I want to start with a song original from Charlie Foskett called The Sinner Song from the album Late Bloomer. This is the Foskett Band Sinner Song.
We raised our heads to the Almighty up there, on our bended knees, amidst the winds of despair. And all we wanted was to escape our bed of pain, take it back to zero, start over again. Oh, sinner, take me to your river, now dip me in the water with your old cat's bones. Sinner, bring me to your river, deliver me from evil and take me home. The age of 8, me mother left this place. They took her up to heaven in a rouge and a lace. Well, I prayed and I prayed up to God for her. Listen out for me, mother, she'll be knocking on your door. Sinner, take me to your river, now dip me in the water with your old cat's bones. Sinner, bring me to your river, deliver me from evil and take me home. By the age of 17, I was all messed up. Me life was a shipwreck with me nose in the muck. As I tried to escape me own introspection, chaos ruled in me pitiful confection. Sinner, take me to your river, dip me in the water with your old cat's bones. Sinner, bring me to your river, deliver me from evil and take me home. By the age of 32, I was all settled down. Me love was having babies, and I was on the town. Well, I worked all day and all night too. Had a short circuit, me urge and come home to you. Take me to your river, now dip me in the water with your old cat's bones. sinner, bring me to your river. Deliver me from evil and take me home. By the age of 61, thought life had passed me by. Having lumps chopped out me belly, I thought I'd surely die. But the epiphany lifted me up so high. Had to look down to see heaven and the love that could fly. Bring it on! Sinner, sinner, take me to your river. Dip me in the water with your old cat's bones. Sinner, sinner, bring me to your river. Deliver me from evil and take me home. Sinner, sinner, take me to your river. Dip me in the water with your old cat's bones. Sinner, sinner, bring me to your river. Deliver me from evil and take me home.
The Sinner Song from the Foskett Band. And I go on with another track, a song still original from this lovely new album that is called Knit Your Carpet Well. This is Charlie Foskett with the Foskett Band.
Sailing on the hardships of life. I know it comes easy. On the hardships of life. Sailing on the hardships of life. You can say that again. On the hardships of life. Oh, mother, knit your carpet well. The floor's so cold and it's damp as hell. And me bony body's got me wishing well. So mother, knit your carpet well. Knit your carpet well. Okay, the struggles and strife that were drummed in us deep for our station in life. And me father kept these pigeons, do you remember that? And your mother pulled the heads off, but you put them in the fat. And those heads, they started squawking, and me fella come from the tomb. A couple got away, flew right up high, you could see them on the moon. And he said, woman, what you done here? Kneeling on the ground. You've cast a spell you can't help to keep our children sound. Oh, mother, mother, knit your carpet well. The floor's so cold and it's damp as hell. And me bony body's got me wishing well. So mama, mother, knit your carpet well. Oh, you know, mother, knit your carpet well. The floor's so cold and it's damp as hell. And me bony body's got me wishing well. So mama, mother, knit your carpet well. You were born out of wedlock, you were a fumble in the night, but your soul it kept shining like that old gaslight. And not a man in the factory at the end of the day, not a father nor a tanner could he call his pay. And the Yorkshire Fisher farmer up to Hadrian on his wall, and the miners carried those banners like crusades doomed to fall. So we drank our tea from jam jars like that was going wrong, and we would keep our counsel as we sang this song. Knit your as hell, and me bony body's got me wishing well. So mama, mother, knit your carpet well. Mother, knit your carpet well. The floor's so cold and it's damp as hell. Every bony body's got me wishing well. So mama, mother, knit your carpet well. Knit your carpet well.
This was another song from the new release of the Foskett Band, Charlie Foskett and the whole band. You just listen, Knit Your Carpet Well. And I want to go on with a folk traditional atmosphere with a song from a band I already played in the past. But because now it has been 2 years since I got their lovely debut album, I wanted to celebrate with them and play a couple of tracks from that album that is still very fresh and great tracks. I'm talking about the band The Assembly Lane from Newcastle, UK. It's a young band that mixes up, let's say, bluegrass and old time with folk traditions from the British Islands. So they are very talented musicians and singers, so they rearranged in their own style lots of traditional tunes and songs. So, and they wrote also some originals in the album. The album is called Northbound, and I want to play a couple of songs. The first one is The Road to Columbus, and I go on straight with another song called Don't You Hear Jerusalem Mourn. So, The Assembly Lane, Road to Columbus now.
RadioChaosItaly.com, the web radio station.
Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Thank God there's a heaven that's a ringing in my soul set free. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Here's a Baptist preacher, you can tell him by his coat. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? He's got a Bible in his pocket that he can't hardly tote. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Thank God there's a heaven that's a ringing in my soul set free. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Here's a Methodist preacher, you can tell him how it goes. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? He'll never let a chicken get big enough to crow. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Thank God there's a heaven that's a ringing in the soul set free. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? People now they're all right. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? They've got to get saved every single night. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Thank God there's a heaven that's a ringing in the soul set free. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Catholic priest, he'll jingle his bell. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? He'll take $10 and he'll pray you out of purgatory. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Thank God there's a heaven that's a ringing in my soul set free. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn? Thank God there's a heaven that's a ringing in my soul set free. Don't you hear Jerusalem mourn?
Assembly Lane, welcome back. This is Acoustic Roots Rome from Radio Chaos Italy and broadcasting on Blues and Roots Radio up there in Canada. You just listened to the second song of the fantastic band Assembly Lane from Newcastle, UK. And now I want to go on with an artist I already introduced over the past shows, over this I was calculating, now it's almost 3 years I'm broadcasting from Radio Chaos Italy, and almost 3 years also from Blues and Roots Radio. So, rock and roll, guys! We are still here, despite these difficult times, despite these bloody masks on. We look a bit like aliens. Anyway, I want to introduce this artist that I already presented to you. This is Karin Powart, and she's a songwriter, a composer. She took part in multiple lots of projects, collaborated with lots of great artists, but also she wrote and produced quite a number of her CDs, both in her, let's say, original project, solo albums, songwriting projects, and both in folk music, rearranging some traditional songs. The first song I want to play today is a song, I think it's a really lovely song, a bit more pop, let's say folk pop, and it's called Sorry. So stop talking, let's enjoy a bit of Karin Powart today, because it is as it is. So this is Sorry from Karin Powart.
When your time on the mountain is over and you fall to the earth like a leaf, it won't be enough these days to say sorry. Sorry won't pay for this grief. You may lay down your guilt on the altar, nail your remorse to the cross, but it's not enough these days to say sorry. Sorry won't pay for this loss. And if the blood on your hands turns to water, and the night in your soul turns to day, it won't be enough this time to say sorry. Sorry won't wash it all away. You may lay down your guilt on the altar, nail your remorse to the cross, but it's not enough these days to say sorry. Sorry won't pay for this loss. When you're through with the spells you've been spinning, and your hopes and your dreams have all died, it won't be enough these days to say sorry. Sorry won't turn back the tide. You may lay down your guilt on the altar, nail your remorse to the cross. It's not enough these days to say sorry. No, sorry won't pay for this loss. And if you should desist from deceiving, and if you should confess to the crime, it won't be enough these days to say sorry. No, no, sorry won't save you this time. You may lay down your guilt on the altar,
This was the wonderful voice of Karin Powart with their song Sorry. So it's not enough to say sorry. I perfectly agree. Again, I don't talk much about these artists who I played already, and I played several times, but I just like to play their songs time to time, the old and new releases, just because together with the new songwriting proposals that I present to you, I want to play some established artists, because it is again acoustic roots, and some folk artists just make the roots. So I want to go on with a more folk song, still from Karin Powart. This is a traditional ballad originally from Britain, but also popular in North America. And the ballad concerns a woman from the place of Usher's Well, who sends her 3 sons away, probably at school, whatever. And a few weeks after, she learns that they had died. The song, implicitly on an old belief that one should mourn a death for a year and a day, and then people who have died, they can come back. So the children came back, but no longer as human living, and they had to depart soon. But in any case, they came back to see their mother after all this mourning and crying. Sorry, I laugh, because the funny fact is that this is supposed to be a children tale. So, I mean, it's a bit dark, a children tale. Anyway, it's a very moving and beautiful song I wanted to enjoy. So this is still Karin Powart, and this is the wife of Usher's Well.
Usher's Well, and a wealthy wife was she. She had 3 stout and stalwart sons, and she sent them out to sea. Well, they had nae been a month frae her, not 1 month and a day. Said, I wish the wind would never more blow, nor fish swim in the flood. Till my 3 boys come home to me in earthly flesh and blood, in earthly flesh and blood. Fell about the Martinmas time, when the nights are long and murk. The Carlin wife's 3 boys come home, and their hats were o'er the burg. Well, it neither grew in any wood, nor down by any wall. Paradise has made the bed full braid. She's made it lang and deep. She's laid it all wi' golden thread, and she's lulled those boys to sleep. Well, the cocky hadna crowed but once to welcome in the day when the eldest to the youngest sighs, "Brother, we must away, for the cock does crow, the day does daw, and the chunner and worm does chide, and if we missed out our place, then I say."
This was the wonderful Karin Pawart with The Wife of Usher's World. And I'm going to leave you with another fantastic set from a duo I already introduced last season. Is a great flute player, Erwan, not Edward, Merengui, and Erwan. So they have the same name, this duo. Berenguer, so not Merengui, Erwan Mengui. I mixed up everything. So the name is Erwan, so we cannot make mistakes. And they both call Erwan. But one is Mengui, that is the flute player and composer, and Berenguer instead is the guitarist. They are from Brittany in France, and they are really, really good in this folk trad music. And they wrote also originals inspired by the Celtic trad tradition. So I want to introduce a set from them that is called The Yellow Flowers, from their new album called Spring Days. This Yellow Flower set features all originals from the flute player Mengui, Erwan Mengui. So we have The Yellow Flowers, The Green Fields of Pontcarreau, The Road of Littlelec, and Amazing Grace, all originals in this fantastic Celtic trad style. And with this, I leave you. I wish you a wonderful week. If you want to take part in this show, write us a line on Acoustic Roots Rome on Facebook. If you want to send some links to your music, etc., don't send attachments. Write to acousticrootsroom@gmail.com. Thank you very much from me, Francesca Romana. Thank you to the fantastic Gigi from Radio Chaos Italy in Rome, and from Blues and Roots Radio up there in Canada. So enjoy Mengui Berenguer, and see you whatever next week. Ciao.